First, let's talk about the shooting. There's lots to say, and as always with these stories, don't want to get ahead of the known facts. A lot of people jumping to a lot of conclusions, but I don't think anybody doubts that Yaron Lashinsky and Sarah Milgram were killed for because they were Jewish, and as several people have pointed out to me this morning, is not any reason to think that the alleged shooter knew they were from the embassy, but he did know that they were part of an event celebrating Judaism and Jewish life. So again, there's a lot we could say. A few things I want to show you before we start talking about it. This is the shooter himself, alleged shooter, Elias Rodriguez, after he was taken into custody and brought into the facility where the event was held. This is 106, please.
No, no, no. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
That's what he's yelling shortly after he took the lives of two young people. Pretty aggressive and I thought very professional and reassuring response from local and federal law enforcement. If you were up as Dan and I were watching basketball, you may have been up also watching these events that took place in the evening. Here is the Attorney General and the Assistant FBI Director, 107, please.
We'll be doing everything in our power to keep all citizens safe, especially tonight, our Jewish community. We will follow the facts, we will follow the law, and this defendant, if charged, will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Tonight, a heinous crime was committed, and the FBI stands with the Metropolitan Police Department to help not only investigate the homicide and provide support, but also to look into ties to potential terrorism or motivation based on a bias-based crime or a hate crime.
Lots of responses. The president on Truth Social, lots of people on X, including Marco Rubio and others from the administration, Prime Minister Netanyahu, and of course many Israeli officials responded. We couldn't show you all of them because obviously many people have responded. Doug Emhoff tweeted, want to show you one. This is AOC 109, please, on Twitter, which I was pleased to see, I will say. Absolutely nothing justified the murder of innocents. I'm devastated by the killing of two people outside an AGC global event here in Washington. Our prayers are with the victims' families and loved ones of all impacted. As we await more details, we must be clear that hatred has no home here. Anti-Semitism is a threat to all we hold dear as a society. It must be confronted and rooted out everywhere. Very glad to see that. So Mercedes, I want to start with you on just the process question. You worked in the Trump administration, so in a communications role. What happens, particularly regarding the president, when there's an event like this, in terms of briefing, in terms of communication strategy? How would that have unfolded, and how will you think that will unfold today?
Well, I think obviously he was most likely briefed by the Department of Justice, by the FBI. They moved very quickly in terms of a response. And, you know, President Trump, the one thing that we know is that he's his own communicator. So he would be the one quickly to, call Dan Scavino or one of his top staffers and say, hey, put this tweet out or put this X post out or truth post out, I should say, on his account. And then obviously with Pam Bondi living very close to where I think the incident happened, she went down to the press conference. So look, they activated quickly. They responded quickly. This coming from the FBI. But this, I think, Mark, speaks to a broader issue here, which is the fact that this anti-Semitism is going beyond these college campuses, right? It started with pro sympathizers of Hamas in the college campuses, with the encampments, with bullying Jewish students, to now the death of two innocent Israeli embassy staffers. And clearly what you're seeing with Elias Rodriguez, he's part of the Party of Socialism and Liberation, a communist party. He's been involved in other protests like BLM, and now taking these violent actions, I think is taking this issue of combating anti-Semitism. I mean, it's going to be taken to a whole different level. I mean, this just shows you that these Hamas sympathizers have infiltrated American society, and it's an issue that we're facing here in America, but also in the globe.
So Dan, there's the issue of gun control has not come up yet that I have seen, but it will once we determine how he got the weapon. the issue of anti-Israel movements in the United States. Those are two things that will come up, and those are divisive and partisan issues, polarizing issues. So far, again, if there's a silver lining in this horrible event, almost everybody's saying the same thing. We need to harden targets. There needs to be more security. That's an unfortunate reality. And that this is a manifestation of anti-Semitism. So where do you think we are now? Where do you think we head?
Yeah, I think I was really happy to see AOC put the post up that she did. I think, Mercedes hit on it a little bit. There has been a rise in anti-Semitism in this country now for the last 2 years. And it is one thing for people to protest for the outcome of a conflict, right? To wave a flag or whatnot. But the kind of intimidation and some violence, I'm not even talking about this incident of a shooting, but has kind of become somewhat accepted in parts of our country that, hey, these people are frustrated and they have, they're expressing themselves, and it's a little bit of kind of like good trouble, but it's not. And obviously, where I live here in New York City, this is a huge topic. People's children don't feel safe. There's, swastikas are put on subway stations, on school doors. And I wish the Democratic Party was more direct in saying that is not okay. It's fine to protest, but you cannot try to intimidate people, harm property or people, and good God, obviously, not murder somebody. It's just not acceptable. So hopefully this is a moment for some parts of the Democratic Party to sober up a little, to say, we need to be crystal clear in what is okay and what is not. And I think, unfortunately, the 2024, the party waffled a little bit on that.
That was a delicious video experience. I think you'll agree. Now, what you need to do in return for getting to enjoy that is hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss a thing.